Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Hayes. Welcome, and thank you for taking time to come here. How was your trip to Europe? Great. Glad to hear that. It must be exciting to do an international trip after the pandemic lockdown. I hope I can do such a trip this summer. Yeah, today we are going to go over your financial plans. First of all, thank you for your trust and providing me all your financial information. I have asked you to collect a lot of information. You also had some questions about income tax, estate planning, and so on. But I'm confident that you will be pleased with the results. Yeah, great. Let's get started. I'm giving you a copy of financial plan and the executive summary, which we will review today. Before we dig in, has anything changed since the last time we met that must affect your financial plan? Good. Well, if there's anything popping up, please be sure to tell me. I did a comprehensive review of your financial situation, and based on the review and your requirement, I developed a financial plan. This financial plan is to provide a framework to helping you to reach your financial goals and objectives. The plan consists of sections for each of the following subject areas: your financial health, risk management, investment planning, retirement planning, tax planning, and estate planning. At the end, I will present you an action plan which identify the action needed to implement the most essential planning. Before I present you your financial plan, let me review with you your profile, financial goals, and your risk tolerance level. I will also go over some economic assumptions that I use to develop the financial plan. Is that okay with you? Yeah, great. Okay. From the information you provide to me, both of you are retired and have 2 sons and 3 grandchildren, and all of you are in excellent health. How wonderful to hear that. Great. And your goal is to ensure the family is protected adequately in any adverse event. For risk management per se, you are interested in learning the implication of purchasing a long-term care insurance. For tax planning aspect, you would like to reduce personal income tax and estate and gifted tax liability. For retirement, I understand that you are no longer concerned about saving for retirement, but likely to evaluate how to grow 401k tax-free and distribute the maximum amount left in the account to your children. You also want to make sure the investment portfolio and asset allocation strategy maximize investment performance and is diversified. Does that sound right to you? Great. Well, to develop this plan, I used some economic assumptions. For example, the risk-free rate is 1%. Inflation rate is 2.25%. Okay, great. If you have a question, let me know. Yeah, let's going down, see the results I have reviewed. First of all, your financial health. Your current financial situation reports net worth of $12,944,000, and your net disposable income is $1,284,000. So together, you have a sizable net worth and adequate disposable income that can be used in reaching your financial goals. Congratulations! After review your balance sheet and the statement of cash flow, We think you kept a quite high cash position, which is more than enough to cover your short-term debt and 6 months emergency funds we usually recommend. So we will make some recommendations to invest this cash effectively. Is that okay? Great, great. Next, I want to review your current insurance coverage regarding your homeowner insurance, auto insurance, health insurance, and life insurance policy. After review, I think most of your insurance policy are adequate. However, there are some weaknesses we can address. First of all is your main residence homeowner insurance. We usually recommend people to have cover at least 80% of its home value. In your case, it's a $620,000 coverage needed to protect your home. However, your current policy only provides $400,000 coverage, which have some shortages. For example, if there's $100,000 loss on your home, the insurance only gonna cover $64,000. There's almost $36,000 shortage of the insurance reimbursement. So we suggest you to increase the homeowner policy coverage for your main residence. Your vacation home is adequate, so we can leave as it is. You expressed some interest in acquiring a long-term care insurance. We think it's a good idea, and at your age, it's right time to consider this. Based on your preference and the financial situation, I recommend a long-term care policy for both of you. The policy is a comprehensive policy that allows each spouse to share the other's policy benefits. The benefits will be paid for 3 years or up to $360,000, whichever comes first. The annual premium will be $6,400 for John and $5,000 for Mary. We can talk to insurance agent to further explore this. That sounds good? Great. Your auto policy, they look good. Yeah, I think they're adequate. However, I do notice that you don't have an umbrella policy. Based on your net worth, I recommend you consider an umbrella policy of 11 million to 12 million range. Yeah, we can also talk this to insurance agent. Regarding your health insurance policy, they appear to be adequate. Yeah, both of you retired, you are on Medicare, and you also have Medicare supplemental insurance, provide your coverage of Part A, Part B, and Part D. However, you don't have coverage of dental and vision. If you want more coverage of dental and vision or prescription drugs, I recommend a Medical Advantage plan for you to consider. Great, yeah. Both of you have permanent life insurance. That's great. Yeah, I don't have any further recommendations there. Do you have any questions regarding your insurance policies? Great. If not, we move on to your investment planning. Yeah, I reviewed your current investment option, investment position, and they are doing pretty well. Yeah, however, there are a couple of things we can make improvement on. One is diversification. You may already notice, yeah, your stock and the mutual fund portfolio are not well diversified. First of all, in your stock portfolio, there are only 5 stocks and are overweight on high beta stock, which means high risk stock. Yeah, and your mutual fund portfolio, you have a 38% position on international mutual fund, which also has very high systematic risk. So we recommend you to reduce this position and increase the bond mutual fund. Regarding your qualified assets, which means your 403b and 401k, I think Mary's 403b is being managed well. John's 401k is concentrated 100% in large cap blend. So I think a change should be made to make the portfolio more diversified, right? So this is a diversification we can improve on. The second, we can make more tax efficient investment based on your current tax bracket. You are at the highest tax bracket. So we suggest you sell some bonds and allocate it to some tax-free municipal bonds. So it will create a high yield than the bonds with the portfolio. For John's 401k and Mary's 403b, since growing for retirement is no longer a goal, we suggest you to delay your distribution until you are 72 and take the minimum distributions. At the same time, you should increase the investment of both accounts in tax-free municipal bonds so it can grow tax-free and be distributed to the maximum amount left in the account to your 2 children upon death. We also suggest you to consider keep contributing to non-deductible IRA and then convert it to our Roth IRA so the money can grow tax-free. Lastly, as we mentioned before, you have a large position of cash. So we suggest you to invest this $800,000 now currently in CD and the installment payment down payment and the future installment payments to the bond and equity market according to 30% and 70% rule. Yeah, we can also explore other alternative investment vehicles, for example, private credit or rates products. Yeah, this we just briefly go over your investment position. If you agree with some of our suggestions, we can have another meeting to discuss more specific strategies. Great, wonderful. Yeah, well, we're moving along well. If you have any questions, please just let me know. Yeah? Great. Let's move on to your retirement planning. I think both of you are retired and doing very well. So I think after conducting your retirement needs analysis, that I think your retirement goal is will be meet, have no problem. The inflation adjustment return for both 401k and 403b is 6.26% and 4.84% respectively. So I don't see any needs to make adjustment to your retirement plan. Right? I think that you're doing very well there. Any questions? Are we moving? I'm talking too fast. Hopefully, you have a brief idea. Then you can read the financial plans, and if you have your further questions, we can set up another meeting. Great. Okay, let's move on to your income tax planning. After review your tax situation, some changes I think can be made to reduce your income tax liabilities. First of all, the investment interest income is currently taxed at highest marginal rate. So we suggest you to purchase some municipal bonds for your portfolio because they are more tax efficient. To further reduce your income tax, you may consider to fund a charitable remainder annuity trust with which you will receive income tax deduction for charitable gifting, and the trust can provide a fixed income for your spouse and each children for the rest of their lives, with the remainder passing to charity upon their deaths. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, great. If you have no further questions about your income tax, let's move on. Estate planning. Yeah, currently neither of you has an estate that is subject to estate tax. However, a significant problem is that each of the states is subject to excessive probate fees and expense at this time. Another issue is regarding to the estate tax exemption. For 2020, the federal estate tax exemption amount is $12 million. However, this exemption amount is set to roll back to pre-2018 amount in 4 years, that back to $5 million. So the estate planning should be carried out accordingly. Another issue in your current estate planning is there's no essential estate planning document in place, such as power of attorneys, healthcare proxies to manage your affair if either of you was to become incapacitated. So there's several things we suggest you to do. One is change the title of your vacation home, auto, boat, and inverted Jenny stamp from sole ownership to tenancy by entirety. In this case, we can avoid probate cost because this change would automatically transfer the properties to the surviving spouse at the first spouse's death. Does that make sense to you? Do you think you can do this? It's great, yeah. Also, we suggest you to visit an estate planning attorney to obtain powers of attorneys, healthcare proxies. Yeah. I know good, yet both of you have life insurance. And also the life insurance's beneficiary is your spouse. So the death benefit in this case will be included in the decedent's gross estate. So we recommend you to set up a life insurance irrevocable trust. This arrangement will not only qualify your annual premium payments for the annual gift tax exclusion, but also exclude the death benefit from gross estate. We also recommend you to create a 2 testamentary trust through your will. A bypass trust will distribute all income annually to first decedent's spouse and give him or her right to appoint trust property during his or her lifetime or by will at death. We also recommend you to create a Q-tip trust, which is funded with an exemption equivalent amount, directs the trustee to pay trust principal and income to first decedent's spouse to support his or her living. Following the death of the spouse, trust assets will pass to the son per the term of the trust. Okay, we went through most of the points. Now I just will give you a concrete action plan for things you need to do and before our next meeting. Is that okay? Right, great. First one, action plan is visit an estate planning attorney as soon as possible to obtain proper estate planning documents and possibly trust to plan for either spouse incapacity. An attorney can assist you within planning all of the estate planning recommendations made in this plan, including life insurance trust. Is it possible to set up an appointment with the attorney this week or next week? Oh, you don't have an attorney. Yeah. We can recommend an attorney for you to contact. Yeah, I'll do this after our meeting. Yeah, another is second action plan is contact your auto insurance agent to discuss the purchase of an umbrella insurance. The third is contact insurance agent to discuss the purchase of a long-term care insurance policy. The third is set up a traditional RA account and make annual contribution, although they are not deductible. And you can, after your contribution, you can convert it to Roth RA. The last one, if you accept all the investment planning recommendations we talked about previously, we will develop an investment asset allocation strategy for you that maximize your investment return, minimize tax, and is in line with your tolerance for investment risk. Yeah, we will present our investment planning recommendations for you. And I think you want to meet again for this. And you also can tell us if you have other ideas or questions. Let us know, and we'll set up a meeting to present our investment planning recommendations. That sounds right? Great. Yeah, this is all for our today's meeting. I presented the financial plans to you overall, and you can refer the details in the document I prepared for you, which is a financial plan and a executive summary. Please do take a good look at them, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. And yeah, we can talk before our next meeting. If any help, I would love to help you. Yeah, after the meeting, I will recommend a estate lawyer to you. Great. Thank you for coming, and have a great day.